That's good. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another season of Wichita Northwest Grizzlies soccer. The girls will tip it off here, JV style, here at the top of the hour, followed by the varsity contest, and we welcome you to Derby, Kansas. We are at Panther Stadium, which is the home of the Derby Panthers football team. And the soccer team also plays games here when their field is not playable. They have a natural grass surface on a field directly behind us across the street. It's not playable today, so we'll be playing both games here on turf. The lines on this turf for soccer are in black, so they're going to be very difficult for you to see. We're going to take advantage of the football markers to tell you what's happening where. And hope you enjoy our season openers today, Northwest and Derby. We're going to start it out with a 2-minute timeout. Then we'll be back with the opening kickoff of the JV contest. So stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Intrust Bank is a major sponsor of the Northwest Soccer program through the Eric Profit Scholarship Tournament. At Intrust Bank, we place our values at the center of everything we do. It's a philosophy we have followed for more than 140 years. This principled approach to business is encapsulated into 3 words: tradition for today. This principle makes us different from the rest. Check out Intrust Bank today at intrustbank.com.
Shall we book it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I love it.
Hi friends, Bill Nightingale, General Manager of Mel Hamilton Ford. Are you looking for a used car, truck, or SUV? With the largest selection in the state, you're sure to find the vehicle you're searching for at Mel Hamilton Ford. At the Big Corner, customers are number one, so every used vehicle is checked out in our shop by a certified technician before it goes out on the lot for sale. Shop Mel Hamilton Ford first, a dealer you can trust. Visit us out on West Kellogg today or shop us online at mhford.com. Mel Hamilton Ford, experience the difference.
Grizzly Soccer Online is supported by Todd Eflin Narrates. I'm the voice you hear on our sponsor announcements. My wife is an alum of Northwest, and this is my 6th season as your announcer. I was a longtime radio personality in Wichita and now do full-time voice acting. You can use my voice for your business, like product or training videos, telephone systems, radio or TV spots, and audiobooks. Learn more online at toddeflin.com. That's TODDEFLIN.com.
And we welcome you back to Panther Stadium. Counting down to the opening kickoff of the JV contest, the teams have cleared the field. We don't have any starting lineups for you today, and we could speculate on the Northwest side, but I think we'll just refrain from doing that, and we'll give them to you as they take the field. You can see the captains are meeting over there for the coin toss with the 2 officials. Couple of things that people that I can probably tell you are going to be guaranteed to be starting. April Isbell will be in goal, the sophomore wearing number 0. We know we're going to see her in goal. And Njoroge Villa, no doubt, will start on defense for the JV squad wearing number 2. She's also a sophomore. Pretty much the rest of this is going to be speculation. I would think that Alvarez would be out there. She's a sophomore midfielder wearing number 11. We're looking for her to do some things today. Isabel Santiago Morrison, who is a junior. Look for her on the back line. If she's not in the starting lineup, she'll be out there as one of the early substitutes. She does a very strong job at At defense, Brooklyn Munoz. At midfield, a sophomore, number 14, another player to keep an eye out for early on. We do have one scratch for today in the JV squad, and that is Amaya Bates, the sophomore defender. She will not play today. She's still nursing the knee injury that she suffered last year, and she's not 100%, and she's not going today. So she is out. Everybody else that we know of will be available on the JV squad. And we got a lot of new names on here, so you're going to be hearing a lot of new names here today. And I just got the final JV roster myself this morning, so I haven't even had much of a chance to look at it. So I'll be speculating with you as well. That happens a lot in these early season games. As far as Derby is concerned, we have nothing on their starting lineup at all. So ball's been spotted at the center spot, waiting for the teams to take the field. Northwest will be playing in their white uniforms, white jerseys with blue trunks and blue numerals. And Derby will be in their solid green uniforms, shirts and trunks both. And as the home team, they will also have white numerals on their back. As far as weather conditions are today, pretty darn good. There's hardly any wind here at all. The temperature at game time is over 70 degrees. Our executive producer, Ashley Isbell, is checking out the weather conditions as we speak. 70 degrees, great guess. No wind. I mean, the flags are moving, but not very much at all. I'd say 5 to 10 at the most. Out of the northeast is the wind. Oh, there's George. Hey, George. How are you? Good to see you. Okay, you did that at basketball, correct? Yeah. Okay.
They told me Soccer Center.
Well, you know what? We thought it was there. I thought it was there too. I didn't know until after I got here that
I thought it was at the high school.
Yeah.
So we checked there and then checked
I'm glad you found us.
the high park.
Okay, we're ready to go. Okay, Grizzlies will play from left to right here in the first half. And the ball is kicked off, and we are underway. That is Alvarez with it over here on the near side to Brooklyn Munoz. Munoz sends one forward. It's intercepted by the Panthers. And I think I misspoke when I told you they were wearing green. I think they're wearing black. They do have one player out there in a green jersey, and in JV, sometimes they mix up the jerseys a little bit. Derby with a quick shot on goal and a save by April Isbell, and she's got her season off to a fine start here. Ball out of play and thrown in by Munoz, intercepted by the Panthers. Now the Grizzlies come back with it. Munoz leaves one, and a nice run through to get to the ball by Alciana Rodriguez, a new freshman on the JV squad, and had her in class earlier in last semester for a while, and she is really excited to be a part of this program. Derby throws it in. And from their 30, they send it forward. Intercepted by the Grizzlies. Coming forward was Kara Lopez, a new member of the program. Derby gets it back and taps it back to their keeper. And their keeper, I believe, is Madeline Wines, but I'm not sure if I'm right on that. The roster for Derby is very incomplete. It has names and numbers and nothing else. So we don't know who plays what. On the near side, Panthers send it forward. Grizzlies get it back for the moment. And nearing midfield, in the circle with it. They send it out wide. Munoz can't get to it. It's going to go out of play and turn over to the Panthers. Long ball forward. Here's a foot race. Who's going to win it? Looks like the Panthers won the foot race, but not the war. Grizzlies still have it. Into the football end zone and a crossing pass. There's a shot. Nope, that was another pass across. Spin move, shot, and wide right. It'll be a goal kick for the Panthers. We'll take a 10-second timeout. We'll be back. This is Grizzly Soccer.
All American Automotive, 8535 West 21st Street, serving the automotive repair and tire needs of Wichita since 1972.
Back at Panther Stadium. Ball now underway. Panthers can't get it out of their own end. That's good news for the Grizzlies. Good job offensively. There's a missed pass. That's going to go out of play and turn over to the Panthers on the far side. 5 minutes gone, no score. Northwest and Derby. Season opener for both teams. This a non-league contest as Derby is part of the Ark Valley Chisholm Trail program. And of course, Northwest, part of the Greater Wichita Athletic League. This one's going to go back to April, I think. It does. She picks it up. And a pretty nice boot from back there. Grizzlies have it. That's Rodriguez again. And that play is onside. Derby with a chance down on the near side in the corner. And it goes out of play. That'll turn over to Northwest. Munoz coming up to give chase, unable to get to it. Ball stays in play. Derby controls it. Panthers send it forward on the near side. Here's a run for the Panthers. A shot and a save by Isbell. Ball stays in, still controlled by Derby. Centered and rejected there defensively by Northwest. And that was Isabel Morrison defensively for the Grizzlies. So she has always been a stalwart back there on defense and showing that again here today. Foul called. It'll be a free kick for Northwest. Up the far side and out to center. Maya Alvarez sends one forward. It's blocked. That's going to go out of play, but I am right. It will stay with Northwest. So Northwest gets a throw in deep in Panther territory. Munoz will take it. And she throws it in, and it's knocked out of play, unfortunately, by Amaya Alvarez. It will turn it over to the Panthers. There's a long pass for Brooklyn, too long. It's going to go out and be a goal kick for the Panthers. We'll take 10 seconds and be back. You're watching Grizzly Soccer.
Kevin and Donna Arkin, adopted Northwest alumni, are 10-year supporters of the Grizzly Soccer program.
The Grizzlies changed out 6 players. Grizzlies just made a line change. They brought in 6 new players. Couldn't even begin to tell you who went out and who came in. They went basically set to go. As soon as the ball left, they all leaped off the bench and ran up there. So we'll have some new names to call for you. This one's going to go out and be a corner kick rather, for Derby. From the far side, that'll be against the wind blowing from left to right, what little wind there is. And that centering pass is cleared out by the Grizzlies. If the players on the field look far away to you, there's a reason for that. It's because they are. The press box here at Panther Stadium, of course, is on top of the bleachers, and they have a very large home section of bleachers, and we're very deep, and we have the track and 12 yards of turf in between before we even get to the beginning of the soccer field. So we're kind of far away, and there's not too much we can do about it. Nice play there by Madison Nistus. She's got it again. Can't get the shot off, though. That'll go out of play and stay with Northwest. Munoz will throw it in. Minutes gone in this first half. No score. Remember that JV plays 30-minute halves. Varsity will play 40-minute halves. Throw in coming for Northwest. That'll be handled there by Aaliyah Torelos, new member of the program, a freshman defender. Say again. Nevea Villa with it. Defensively, couldn't clear it. Still loose back there. Now Derby controls it. They try a centering pass, and it's broken up by the Grizzlies. Sent out to midfield, into the center circle. Nistus with it, leaves it for Munoz. Brooklyn at the 30 sends one forward. Grizzlies need to be careful. They've got had 2 players there very close to being offside at one point. That one is tapped, and it stays in. Nice job there defensively by Kami Sandy. And she brings it up the floor on the near side. Now it rolls out, and it will turn over to Northwest. We just subbed in. I don't know who came in, but I know we subbed in. Anna Denton came in, number 27 for Derby, but we benched somebody, and I totally missed it. Free kick coming for the Grizzlies after the foul call. Grizzlies control it again. Send one up in the direction of Nistis again. Madison trying to get it to Munoz. Pops one forward, too far for Brooklyn. And the Panthers come in and intercept it and kick it out of play. It'll be a throw-in for the Grizzlies. Loose in front, taken by the Derby. Nistis couldn't get it. Grizzlies with a chance here. They've got something cooking. Out of play to Northwest. We'll throw it in. Brooklyn's going to have a sore arm by halftime. Grizzlies make a line change, bringing in 5 players. Riley Bell comes in. Kara Lopez comes in. Number 6 for Northwest. We're not going to get them all. Maya Alvarez back in. And she's got the ball, passing it. Shot and a save by the Panthers. Good build-up that time by Northwest. Kara Lopez fighting for it for the Grizzlies. I take it back. That's Riley Bell, number 5, with it. She sends it back to Michaela Nistis, number 13. Rodriguez now brings it up. Gets by 1, gets by 2. There's a shot. Score! Aliciana Rodriguez puts it home for Northwest, and the Grizzlies take the lead. Goal coming with 14:28 remaining in the first half, and Rodriguez is on the scoreboard for the first time in her Northwest Grizzly career. And the restart completed. I didn't get the assist on that goal. And I'm told it was unassisted. That from our executive producer, Ashley Isbell. Also want to welcome our videographer, George Alexander, doing his first soccer broadcast. Although he's an experienced pro at this, having been behind the camera during basketball season this year and doing a fine job. George, did you do this during basketball? Yeah. Well, we may just give it to you again here. You comfortable? love the facilities here. We want to thank our hosts, the athletic department of Derby High School, for accommodating us in their press box, which in my opinion is the best press box I have ever been in high school in Kansas. I haven't been in all of them, but of the ones that I've been in, this one is, they did it right. That's all I can say. They made it big. Every room in here is big. You know, we're in a room that would accommodate 3, 6, 11 or 12 people over 2 levels if we needed them. And the only thing I don't like is that the windows don't open, but the window panes are nice and big, so a camera can be put in the room without having to worry about looking through a window frame. So it really works out good all the way around, and we appreciate their help in getting us set up. Now, if we only had live internet, we'd be in heaven. We'll have to work on that. Throw in coming from the Panthers. Knocked out a play by Northwest. We'll do it over again. Oh, it was knocked out by the Panthers. Excuse me. Throw in is intercepted by Derby and knocked right back out of play by Northwest. So there'll be another throw in deep in Grizzly territory. 11:30 to go. First half, Grizzlies lead 1-0. Following the outstanding coaching advice given to them by yours truly prior to the game. Brooklyn Munoz back out there and has the ball, and they're going to call Brooklyn for a handball. And I can't argue with that. It's a pretty good call. Free kick will come from the football 20. There you go. It moved up now. George lost track of it for a moment. Back out it comes to center. Grizzlies fighting for it again. Riley Bell in there. Derby comes away with it for the moment, goes out of play, and it will be a throw-in for the Panthers. It's going to be a while before we have our home opener. Our home opener is actually on April the 2nd. So it's still 2 weeks away, but hope you come out and support the Grizzlies at their home opener. You'll find a couple of minor changes at Bobby Berbiesca Family Stadium when you get there. Each of the scoreboards got a facelift during the off season. Free kick taken by the keeper. Out to midfield. Intercepted by Nistis and sent forward for Munoz. Brooklyn pops one up in the air. It's controlled by Derby. And Brooklyn comes back in again now. That one kicked out of play. That'll be, I believe, a throw-in. I think it went out on this side of the flag. But the way he's lining up, I'm going to say it's a corner kick for Northwest. Northwest getting ready to sub in a player, so as is Derby. Loose in front, and finally cleared out by the Panthers out to midfield. Mackenzie Nistis gets a foot on it. Can't control it. Puts pressure on the forwards for Derby, and it's cleared back out to center. Over there on the far side with it is Audrey Thomas, another new name for the Grizzlies, a freshman defender, wearing number 16 this year for the JV squad. An attempt at a shot is well defended by the two Panther players, and it will be a free kick. Goalkeeper distribution, I should say. Rodriguez punches one that's going to go out of play, I'm afraid, and turn over to the Panthers. And the Grizzlies make their substitutions, and Mackenzie, wait a minute, what do I have here? Mackenzie Nistis, number 9, comes in, the sophomore forward for Northwest. We have 3 Nistis players on this JV squad, and I believe they're all sisters. There's one out of play. That'll be a corner kick for Northwest. On the far side, they'll have the wind at their back on this. What little wind there is, the flags now literally are not moving at all. So like I said earlier, wind not a factor today at all. Out of play to Derby. Three and two. Alrighty. And they're just being joined now by a third one. 23. Grizzlies with it at the 15. There's a long one that's going to go wide. That'll be a goal kick. And let's take 10-second timeout. We'll be back. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Soccer on the North YouTube channel is brought to you by Capital Portfolio Management of Overland Park, Kansas, with over 60 collective years of experience in the financial services industry.
Ball's going to be a goal kick down here. The goalkeeper's holding it. Awaiting the goal kick from the Derby keeper. Out to center it comes. 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Grizzlies with a 1-0 lead. That one is chipped into the Grizzly bench, and I think it actually hit one of the coaching staff. I think it hit Michelle Lawrence over there. Grizzlies with a not completely new, it isn't because it isn't completely new, but a new coaching staff for the girls this year is Austin Clifton submitted his resignation at Christmas in order to pursue other avenues, and we wish him the best of luck. And so our head coach for the girls is Christina Commons. We didn't mention that earlier. She's the head coach of the program. She's assisted by Michelle Lawrence and Corey Roberts. And Michelle pretty much handles the JV team. Corey Roberts handles the C team. And now that you've picked yourselves up from your seats, yes, we do have a C team this year. 51 girls went out for the program this year. Real tribute to the coaching staff. And we had enough for 3 teams. So we have a C team for the first time in at least 8 years. And Corey Roberts is the one directing the C team. And I won't give it all away, but when we visit with Christina Commons during our pregame interview between games, we're going to talk about the numbers and some of the players that are on the squads this year. So you certainly want to stay tuned for that. That'll happen immediately after the conclusion of this game. After this game, the JV squad will have a week off from competition, I should say, as the Titan Classic is next week. Here's a chance, a shot, and a great save by April Isbell. It'll be a corner kick for Derby, but we'll take that. Titan Classic begins Monday, and that's a varsity-only tournament. In the air it comes, headed and out of play. No, in play, excuse me. It was headed backward. And Brooklyn Munoz over there fighting for it. And it's tapped out of play, and that will belong to Northwest, and the Grizzlies have dodged a bullet. Less than 2 minutes to go now in the first half. Grizzlies lead 1-0. There's a shot and a save. Rather spectacular fashion, I might add. Trying to make Sports Center. Grizzlies get it right back. Riley Bell with it. Riley fighting hard for it. Rodriguez taken off the ball very nicely, and almost too nicely because they called a foul. Grizzlies will get a free kick from about the football 20, 30 yards from pay dirt with less than a minute remaining. Goal kick coming here with seconds to go. And that'll do it. So we're at the end of the first half of the junior varsity contest, and at the end of one half of play, it's Wichita Northwest 1 and Derby nothing. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout, then we'll come back and we'll talk about the upcoming Titan Classic and some of the brackets, give you an idea of what you can expect. That'll happen in 2 minutes, so stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Intrust Bank is a major sponsor of the Northwest Soccer program through the Eric Profit Scholarship Tournament. At Intrust Bank, we place our values at the center of everything we do. It's a philosophy we have followed for more than 140 years. This principled approach to business is encapsulated into 3 words: tradition for today. This principle makes us different from the rest. Check out Intrust Bank today at intrustbank.com.
Abandoned this property and it's sold right.
Shall I book it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Hi friends, Bill Nightingale, General Manager of Mel Hamilton Ford. Are you looking for a used car, truck, or SUV? With the largest selection in the state, you're sure to find the vehicle you're searching for at Mel Hamilton Ford. At the Big Corner, customers are number one, so every used vehicle is checked out in our shop by a certified technician before it goes out on the lot for sale. Shop Mel Hamilton Ford first, a dealer you can trust. Visit us out on West Kellogg today or shop us online at mhford.com. Mel Hamilton Ford, experience the difference.
Grizzly Soccer Online is supported by Todd Eflin Narrates. I'm the voice you hear on our sponsor announcements. My wife is an alum of Northwest, and this is my 6th season as your announcer. I was a longtime radio personality in Wichita and now do full-time voice acting. You can use my voice for your business, like product or training videos, telephone systems, radio or TV spots, and audiobooks. Learn more online at toddeflin.com. That's TODDEFLIN.com.
If we lose, we play on grass again. But we don't play on the West Field at all, which is just fine with me. And we welcome you back to Panther Stadium, Grizzlies Junior Varsity Contest. The Grizzlies leading at halftime 1-0 over the Panthers. And yes, pardon me, as promised, what happened there? As promised, I'm going to talk a little bit about the upcoming Titan Classic, a bracket tournament. We are in the blue bracket if you go online and look. And in the blue bracket, we have the first game. And on Monday, we will play Dodge City on the East Grass Field at South High at 4 o'clock. We'll be on the air with a pregame show at 3:35 on Monday. Kind of an unusual start time, but we're going to go with 3:35 on Monday for pregame, and then Dodge City will kick it off at 4 o'clock Monday afternoon on the East Field. On the other side of the bracket is Bishop Carroll playing Derby, and they'll play that game right after ours. Bishop Carroll will play Derby. The two winners will then play each other Wednesday, the 27th, at Carpenter Stadium next door at 6 o'clock. The two losers will play at 4 o'clock Wednesday on the East Grass Field. So if we win, we play on turf, and if we lose, we play on grass two games in a row. We play on the East Field at 4 o'clock 2 games in a row. And, of course, our air time will be determined by where we play and so forth. And there are advantages and disadvantages to playing on each field. The biggest disadvantage to playing on the turf field, other than the fact that it's turf, is that the press box is 127 steps from ground level to get up there, and it takes yours truly 3 trips to haul everything up, and there's no elevator. So it's a great day of exercise for me, getting everything up there. Whereas on the East Field, the disadvantage, of course, is that the grass isn't great on the East Field. So those are those 2 games, and then based on what we've done in those 2 games, it's too early to tell you. But all the championship games and all the final games of Game 3, it's a 3-game tournament. They're all on Saturday. The earliest we could play on Saturday would be at 8 a.m. That would not be my preference. I'm usually still in bed on Saturday morning at 8 a.m. And the latest we would play the championship game is at 2 o'clock. So that's the bracket. On the other side of the bracket, I didn't even tell you that. On the other side of the bracket, I gave you our 4 teams. There's 8 teams in each bracket. On the other side of the bracket, Monday at 4 o'clock on the West Field, it'll be Wichita Southeast playing, I have no idea what this stands for, CPVL. If you guys know what that stands for, that's who they're playing. I'll have to see if I can ask it. I honestly do not know who that is. And then at 6 o'clock on turf Monday, East High will take on the Mays Eagles. And then the winners will play on the East Grass Field at 6 on Wednesday. and the losers will play on the west field at 4 o'clock on Wednesday. And then that's the bracket. And then you advance, the winners of those second games will play each other for the title, and the other games will play accordingly for one place or another. So that's coming up next week. What you need to mark on your calendar for now is Monday, Northwest plays Dodge City at 4 o'clock. We'll be on the East Field. We'll be on the air at 3:35. If you come out to the game, and we'd love to have you come out to the game and bring your cell phone, watch the game and listen to us. We sure appreciate it when people say they do that. It's a win-win for us, and it's a win-win for everybody. But if you do come out to watch the game, it is strongly recommended that you bring lawn chairs. There's very limited seating on those grass fields. They don't have a lot of bleacher space. So we strongly suggest you bring a lawn chair, and if it's a warm day, bring an umbrella to shield yourself from the sun as well. Actually, the weather forecast for Monday right now is not very good. We're supposed to get rain all day Sunday, and it's supposed to carry over, into Monday. And if it does, then we're going to have some sloppy turf to play on Monday. Nobody's complaining, though. We are dying for rain here. We are so behind on rain, and everything is, the grass is not coming up. It's immediately staying brown. It starts to turn green, and then with no water, it instantly turned brown. So it's been tough on the weather. So that's where we're at. We're at 1-0 here at half. We're going to take one more quick timeout, and then we'll be back. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz. This is Grizzly Soccer.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare young people in Kansas for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the...
Back at Panther Stadium, we're awaiting the start of the second half. Grizzlies leading 1-0 on an unassisted goal by Aliciana Rodriguez. She scored about 14 minutes in to the first half, and right now it is standing up. The Grizzlies are playing outstanding defensive soccer here so far in this first half, and that's a tribute to the players and to the coaching staff as well. Grizzlies will play from right to left here in the second half, and again, the Grizzlies are wearing their road white jerseys. The dark black and dark green jerseys are being worn by the Derby Panthers. Derby will kick it off to start play here in half number 2. Awaiting the whistle from the officials. And there it is. And we're underway here in half number 2. Grizzlies quickly take it back. Maya Alvarez tried to send it forward, couldn't get it done. There's one launched forward, but there's nobody there but green shirts at the moment. Pressure being put on by Riley Bell. Nice job, Riley. Lizette Moreno sends one forward to the far side, and here come the Grizzlies with it. That's Brooklyn Munoz on the far side, looking for somebody to dish it to. Still controls it, fights for it. She centers one, but nobody's home. Intercepted pass, and they couldn't get the shot off. Nice run by Rodriguez that time. Ball goes out of play. It will stay with Northwest. Panthers with it at the moment. Moreno fighting for it for Northwest. That one sent up, and chance for the Grizzlies. That was Geraldine Moronis at forward, bringing the ball up. She's going to handle the throw-in duties, I do believe. She gets it in, goes right back to her. She centers one. Bell couldn't get anything going, and there's a long shot, and that's going to go wide left. It'll be a goal kick. Back in 10, this is Grizzly Soccer.
We thank Northwest Soccer alum Chris Kruger for his ongoing support of the Grizzly Soccer program on YouTube.
Back underway here at Panther Stadium. Ball centered in front. Grizzlies just can't get the shot off. They've got doing a great job of getting the ball in good position, and they just couldn't get the shot off. And now here comes Derby back at midfield with it. Nistis intercepts that one. I'm sorry, Morrison, excuse me. Alvarez sends it forward. And there's a chip wide intended for Brooklyn Munoz. She gets it in the corner. She centers one, and it's intercepted by Derby. Panthers will send it out over here on the near side, and good job to keep control of it by the Panthers. Morrison gets beat, and here comes Derby 3-on-3. And play. Oh, they called a foul, and the player stepped on the ball. I was just about to say the turf monster got Reese White, and they called a foul. And now the referee will move the line back. You can't cheat on a football field. Every yard is marked. You got to give them 10. And the official only gave him 7, so we caught a break. That one goes wide, and really wide. It'll be a goal kick for Northwest. Let's take a break. Back in 10.
The family of John and Maybrit Kramer are long-term supporters of Grizzly Soccer. We thank them for their continued support of the program.
Down there, yeah. Girl in pink. Goal kick taken. Back underway. Out to center it comes. .25 minutes remaining in the contest. Grizzlies lead 1-0. Alvarez has it at the 50. Sends a pass up intended for Rodriguez. Rodriguez sends one forward. Here's a chance for Northwest. And she pulled it over the goal line, so that'll make it a goal kick for the Panthers. And a good build-up that time by the Grizzlies. All for naught, however. Goal kick taken, intercepted by Alvarez. There's a shot that goes over everything. That'll be a goal kick as well. Let's take 10 more. We'll be back. This is Grizzly Soccer.
This portion of Soccer on the Internet is brought to you by Credit Union of America, a full-service financial institution with offices conveniently located throughout Wichita, including their new branch at Central and Woodlawn.
Back underway here at Panther Stadium. Grizzlies about to make a major line change. They've got 5 people lined up there. We've got 2 Nistases. Audrey Thomas is lined up. J.C. Shore, is that who that is? Yes, J.C. Shore, number 8. And number 12 over there is Kylie Foreman. And they're all set to come in next time the Grizzlies get an opportunity. Grizzlies bringing it up the far side, past midfield. They've got some numbers, 4-on-4. Riley Bell was wide open. She sends one through, but too far, and it's going to be picked off by the Panthers. And out it comes. Riley Bell fighting for it. The aisles are pretty narrow here. Actually, they wouldn't be so narrow if I wasn't so wide, so that's part of the problem. Riley Bell again. There's a shot, and that's going to go wide. And was it touched? Folks, I'll be back. Yes, ma'am.
Hey, I was just curious. Do I need to bring a starting lineup for
The PA announcer's going to need one.
because I sent you a text of who I was going to start. I put check marks by their names.
I haven't seen it. I'll look. Hang on a minute. Let me look.
You're good.
I have the starting lineup. I can give it to him.
Okay, all right. Because if I need to run up there, I can.
No, you don't need to. We'll give it. We'll give it to him. Not a problem.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Thank
See
you
ya.
so much.
Bye. Yeah, it's the first game of the season for us too. So, a little communication from the head coach who's doing what. Nothing, you didn't miss a thing. You saw all the action. Wasn't much for me to talk about anyway. 21 to go, second half. 1-0. Believe it or not, I announced them all before you came into the room. Yes. As soon as they lined up, I announced the line change. I looked them all up, and there's a chance. Oh, loose in front. Come on, Grizzlies. Ball sent to the side. Morona's fighting for it. She's got it. She's going to throw it in real quickly. Back to her. Geraldine, come on. She centers one. Headed forward. And ball sent back out. Kylie Foreman couldn't control it. Oh, and here's a breakaway chance maybe for Derby. Oh, nice defense by Nevea Villa. She picked up right where she left off last year. And they're calling Derby for a foul or an offside, one or the other. So it's a free kick. Villa will take it. And Nevea sends it out to center. There's a long one. Derby with it. Into the end zone. Oh, nice job taking the ball away. Pass, unfortunately, was intercepted by the Panthers. Villa sends it out to Geraldine. She sends it over there to Nistus. That's Madison. Madison goes down in a heap. Who's the foul on? They called it on Madison. So it'll be a free kick rather for the Panthers. Comes in loose. Nice play that time by Isabel Morrison. Derby got it back. Can't get the shot away, though, and that's cleared out by the Grizzlies. Again, the defense comes up big, protecting that 1-0 lead. JV team playing very well in their first game of the season. Derby with a chance. There's a shot deflected. It's going to go out of play. That should be a corner kick, and it is. Corner kick for the Panthers. Grizzlies make a couple of substitutions as Rodriguez comes back in, and joining her is Michaela Nistus. And coming in for the Panthers is Reese White, number 20. Corner kick is going to come from the near corner. There you go. In the air it goes. Centered, still loose. Derby's coming away with it for the moment. Or are they? No, Grizzlies have it. Good lead pass. Rodriguez brings it down the near side. Nice spin move. Still has the ball. Takes a long shot. It's going to go over everything and wide left for a goal kick. Back in 10, this is Grizzly Soccer.
Today's game sponsored in part by the law firm of Dugan & Garreau, 3636 Northridge Road.
Waiting the goal kick from the Panthers. Out to center it comes. Grizzlies trying to get it back. That one chipped into the Derby bench. Out of bounds. We'll have a throw-in coming from Northwest. 15 and change remaining here in the second half. Varsity game will follow 20 minutes after the conclusion of this contest. Got another goal kick coming for Northwest. Isbell decides to get a different ball. And you might have noticed that April changed her jersey at halftime. They got some new pink jerseys this year, I'm told. Liliana also got one. And don't be surprised if we see it in the varsity contest. Nice pass. Try to give and go, but it's intercepted by Derby. Mackenzie Nistis fought for it. This ball going out on the way out on the far side, still controlled by Northwest. Nistis gets it to Rodriguez. Rodriguez, who scored earlier, gets a long shot off. That's going to go wide left. It'll be a goal kick. Back in 10. This is Grizzly Soccer.
This portion of Soccer on the Internet is being brought to you by Emerson Biggins in Old Town at 808 East Douglas, our luncheon sponsor at this year's golf tournament. Thank you, Luis Lopez.
Back in play, and the ball goes out of play again. It'll be another goal kick. Keep it right here. Ball taken and intercepted right away and sent right back into the penalty area. Nice job that time by Kylie Foreman. Rodriguez centers one. Loose in front. Come on, get the shot. Went right through the wickets. Get the shot off, ladies. Foreman a shot, and it goes wide right. And the Grizzlies are peppering the goal line here in the second half and just can't find the center between the posts. It'll be another goal kick for the Panthers, coming with 12:20 to go. Only goal of the game scored by Aliciana Rodriguez, number 18, midway through the first half. And there seems to be some confusion here, but you can see the varsity team for Northwest warming up. There's a shot and a score! Give credit to the goal for Mackenzie Nistis, making it 2-0, and the assist comes from the newcomer, Keira Lopez. And I hope I pronounced her name right. And Mr. and Mrs. Lopez, if I did not, I apologize for the error. Grizzlies lead 2-0 here in the JV contest. Derby about to kick it off, and they do so. We're back underway. You want to do this?
Yes.
Take the varsity and mark the starters. Ball goes out of play over there between the two benches. Approaching 11 minutes to go. Derby will throw it in. Grizzlies lead 2-0. On a couple of pretty nice goals, if I do say so. One of the highlights of the season every year is the junior varsity tournament that Northwest is the host of. That will be coming up in April, and you certainly don't want to miss it. If it's anything like last year, you really don't want to miss it. Grizzlies won. There are two brackets in that tournament. Grizzlies won their bracket in a championship game that went to 10 rounds of penalty kicks, with the eventual game winner being scored by our goalkeeper, April Isbell. So we're looking for some exciting things from this bunch this year. Rodriguez sends it back. Now it's sent forward again in the direction of Lopez. Lopez, who just got the assist on the last goal. Not able to do much with this one. This one goes out there. April Isbell has it. And she will punt it out. Short kick. Didn't want to outkick the coverage, so to speak. That one goes out of play, and it will belong to Northwest. Tercios will throw it in for the Grizzlies on the far side. Brooklyn Munoz centers one for Nistis. Derby comes away with it at midfield. And the Grizzlies playing high pressure really well today. Rodriguez with it. Brings it to the 40, the 35, the 30. And it's rejected by Derby. Back out to center. Tercio sends it wide for Munoz. Brooklyn, far side. Tried to center one. It was intercepted. Tercios again. Now she gets a shot off, and that's going to go wide of the goal, and that will be a goal kick. So let's take 10. We'll be back. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Dentist Dr. Thomas Foley, 3213 Northridge Road, is a longtime proud supporter of Grizzly Soccer. Thank you, Dr. Foley.
Waiting the goal kick from the Panthers. And we're back after it here. Ball rejected and sent back forward. Munoz has it at the 30, 25. That's Lopez with it. She centers one. Munoz, can you get a shot off? She cannot. Dribbled it in right into the goalie's hands. But another nice thrust, a very short punt. That one is going to go out of play. Maya Alvarez headed it out. It will turn over to Derby. 6:40 to go, second half, 2-0 Grizzlies. Varsity contest will follow 20 minutes after this one concludes, so stay right where you are. You don't need a new program or anything. We'll have it here for you. Grizzlies 2-on-4 here. Nistis passing it off to Lopez. Lopez's shot, and it goes wide. That'll be another goal kick, and we'll take another 10 seconds. We'll be back. This is Grizzly Soccer.
The Galdine Law Firm is a longtime supporter of Grizzly Soccer on the Internet, located at 4601 East Douglas in Wichita.
Goal kick about to be taken here. There's a left-footed shot and a score. I believe that was Amaya Alvarez, was it? It was. Amaya Alvarez puts it in and makes it 3-0. I didn't catch the assist on that, did you? Unassisted goal by our official executive scorer. Both teams make a substitution or two. And with 5:20 remaining in the contest, Grizzlies are going to take a 3-0 lead here. And you know that the coaching staff is pleased with what they're seeing from our junior varsity squad here at Derby. This is a very tough place to play and an even tougher place to win. That one is going to be, there's a foul called, or I think they called an offside. So it'll be a free kick for Northwest on the offside play. There's a long ball. Who's going to win the foot race? It's going to be the white shirts. Is that Lopez or Alvarez? Rodriguez, a left-footed shot, and right in the chops of the defender, and hopefully she's all right. Now they're going to stop time, and they're going to do a blood check, I think. Oh, he's calling a penalty kick here. And that is a call I disagree with. She went up to protect her face. The ball hits her hand. That is not a foul. And April Isbell is going to take this penalty kick for Northwest. I mentioned to you she had the game winner. She had the game winner in the JV tournament. And, of course, her mother, who is sitting to my right now, is doubled over looking away. She'll have to watch this on instant replay if she makes it. Here's the shot. And a missed wide. It'll be a goal kick. And we're going to go ahead and take it with them. 10 seconds. We'll be back.
Soccer on YouTube is brought to you in part by Gambino's Pizza, 1520 South Webb Road. Check out all their menu options at gambinospizza.com.
Yeah, it'll be right where the goalie is. Okay, we're back and underway now. So the Grizzlies miss a penalty kick, but I guess if you're going to miss a penalty kick, the time to miss it is when you don't need it. And I would say that the time I'm in a bad spot here every time anybody passes behind me. So Derby bringing it downfield. It's at the 15. Grizzlies come away with it. Now it's intercepted by Derby again. And that's Nevea Villa on defense. Goes out of play. It will turn over to the Panthers. 3 minutes to go in the contest. Grizzlies win it, send it in deep. 25, 20, 15. Lopez giving chase over there. Putting on some pressure and deflects it out of play. I guess she did not touch it. It's going to be Northwest ball. And that comes with 2 to go. And we're waiting a substitution here. That's the reason for the delay. Now we're back underway. And that one's going to go all the way back to the goalkeeper. I think I spoke too soon. That one goes over the goal line. That'll be a goal kick. It'll come with 1.5 minutes remaining. Out to center, headed forward. Derby comes on 3-on-3. I know the Grizzlies would like to keep the goose egg on the board. Good tackle there by Isbell Morrison. And the Derby player is still down on the turf. This one's going to get knocked out of play, and now there'll be a stoppage of play here with 35 seconds to go. While the trainers come out and take a look at that player, and hopefully she's not severely injured. We're going to break away here for a word from our sponsors immediately upon the conclusion of this game and go right into the pregame interview with head coach Christina Commons. And the player is now up, and just for the record, oh, there we go. It's Kami Sandy. Oh, nice job. You've been busy. She's escorted off the field. You can bring it back up here. Oh, the ball's down here. Never mind. You were right. Well, I thought they had restarted play, and they had not. That one goes over the goal line, and it will be a goal kick for the Panthers. Not everybody in white shirts agreed with that, but that's what it is. And by the time they get this off, it'll pretty much wipe out what's left on the clock. Grizzlies are going to win this one, and they're going to post a shutout doing it. Interception, shot, and blocked by the defense. Good job blocking, and that'll do it. We're final here at Panther Stadium in the junior varsity contest. And the final score is Northwest 3 and the Panthers 0. We're going to go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout, and then we'll be back with our pregame visit with head coach Christina Commons. And for those of you in Germany, pay close attention at the end of the interview with Christina Commons. That's all I'm going to say. We'll be back. You're watching NWHS Grizz. This is Grizzly Soccer.
This is the McCurdy Real Estate at Auction Varsity Pregame Show. Coach Christina Commons reviews the last varsity game and takes a look at today's upcoming contest. Sponsored by McCurdy Real Estate at Auction. Real estate, but better. And now, let's join Coach Commons with Kevin Arkin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another year of Grizzlies girls soccer. It is springtime at long last in Wichita, and that always means that the girls are going to be ready to tee it up, and they'll do so tonight in their first contest here at Derby against the Panthers. This is the pregame show, and as we will do before each and every varsity contest, we're going to have a visit with our varsity coach, and if you look to my right, you'll see that we have a different varsity coach this year. Very familiar face to the program, Christina Commons. She's been with the program forever, it seems like. It seems that way anyway. And she has stepped up to the head coaching position as Austin Clifton has moved on, and we wish him, of course, nothing but the best. Coach, so Happy New Year. And I think the first thing we need to talk about is the great turnout you had when it came time for tryouts and conditioning.
Yeah, for conditioning, we had probably about 25 girls consecutively each day, and that was kind of nice. So I was like, okay, this is a little more. But then for tryouts, we ended up with, I think, a total of like 50. So we didn't have to make any cuts. We got to keep everybody. Everybody's happy still. And now we're just working on trying to find 3 teams or games so that we can have enough for our C team to play as well.
And what a great sound that is to have a C team. It has been a long time since I don't think Austin never had a C team in the 4 years he was the head coach. And Bobby, for the last several years, didn't have a C team either. It has been a long time.
It has been a while, and I think what's nice is I mean, we had that COVID kind of patch where kids then just kind of stopped getting involved, and I feel like we saw it in more than just soccer. I think a lot of athletes kind of stopped doing what they normally did. But now that we have the 3 again, it's really nice. I will say one of the hardest things was who was on what team, and I think we're going to be competitive at all 3 levels.
That's great. That's great to have that much talent and to have that kind of a problem. That is the best problem to have, is where to put everybody.
Oh, yes. And I think that's what encouraged some of them to even get their friends to come out. Because I say, guys, the worst thing that you want to do as a coach is say, hey, I don't have room for you. I can't keep you this year. And so I encourage them to include their friends. And I think that's what's made the program as good as it kind of is they are including people they know and have played and encouraging them to come back.
That was going to be my next question. If they're bringing in their friends, are these people who have playing experience?
You know, we actually have, I would probably say maybe a handful. I'm talking like 5 girls that probably have never played ever. So with that being part of our 50, that's not bad at all. And what's nice about it is I don't think you could look out on the field and say, oh, that one hasn't played. Like, you wouldn't know who has and who hasn't.
Okay. Well, let's talk. We've got so much to talk about. And ladies and gentlemen, unlike basketball, visiting before basketball games, when the basketball game was first and we could stretch it out, if we had a long visit, we could always start 5 minutes earlier. We don't have this luxury because this is going to be played between games. JV has just finished. Varsity will be coming up. And we only have about 15 minutes total between the games, and we have other stuff we got to get in. So we're not going to talk about everything tonight, but in future visits, we're going to want to talk about the coaching staff and about your vision for the teams this year and how things are going all the way around. Let's talk specifically, if we can, about your leadership for the varsity this year.
You know, I mean, we have a total of 10 seniors. And so that's a lot of space there. But more importantly is I can't say that our leadership just comes from our senior group. We are returning most of the girls you're going to see tonight are ones that we had last year. And we have a few from JV that even got to move up. We're going to see lots of minutes out of everybody. I think they communicate very well with each other. I don't think there's one person that just sits back and just does what everybody else says. They all communicate and they work together, and that's what I like the most. So picking just even a couple captains, that's going to be tricky.
And as of this visit, you have not yet made the decisions or made the choices on captains of yet.
We have not, and I think what's making it so hard for myself to even think about who would be that good leader is the fact that there are so many of them that would make that a really great opportunity. Because, I mean, yeah, it'd be great to keep it to just seniors, but at the same time, sometimes you might need to change it up every once in a while, and just, hey, you know what, recognize somebody and say, hey, I think you've stepped up and I think your team really looks towards you.
Tough decision on your part, I know, and I know you'll give it tons of thought, and whatever you pick, it'll be the right decision, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I will for sure not just take my own consideration. I always want to hear from my teammates. So making sure that the team has their own voice as well and has their idea of what they want to see as a program as well.
Let's talk defense for a minute or two. Most of your defensive people are back, starting with, of course, your outstanding goalkeeper, Liliana Hernandez.
Yes, we got Liliana in the goal, and she's working really well with Kaylin Heath and Lillian Schilling. all on the center back. And then on our outsides, we still have the same ones we did last year. I think they came off the bench for us, Ingrid Para and Susana Ontiveros. So having that defense right there, those 5 that are used to each other, they understand and they know what the other one's going to do. It's really nice to have a strong back like that.
And, soccer is first and foremost a defensive game. And, yes, you have to score goals to win. But you don't want to be put in a position where you've got to score a lot of goals just to catch up with the other team. And having that good defense will get that done for sure. What about offensively?
Offensively, I am kind of doing a little bit different with them. I'm asking them to make a little different runs than what maybe their club even has asked, because I don't want one single girl offensively feel like I'm stuck in one spot. I'm stuck in one position. I want them to think of some of the positions as interchangeable. And that's also made it harder to figure out who's on the field at what time, just kind of depending on where they kind of start with. But I'm hoping we see not just one girl in one spot the whole game long.
We haven't had a lot of field time. We did play our annual Alumni All-Star scrimmage last week, and, of course, it was cut short by a thunderstorm, so they only got to play one half. But what are your impressions based on that one half?
I felt like our girls kind of dominated a little bit, but I can't get upset with that. But they also worked the ball. They didn't play selfishly. It wasn't just taking one-on-ones. It was they played as a team, and that's what I really like to see.
And they played against some good returning alumni players. The Para girls were back, and the Baker girls were both back, and they're all solid players. And I know I'm leaving a gazillion people out, but everybody who came back played well.
Oh yeah, everybody that did, and it's nice to see that some of them took I think the last 3 or 4 or more years off from coming and playing with us. But it's just great to see them come back, and they haven't lost their skills. They've still got them.
They have not, and it's also interesting that we kept Emily Jensen scoreless. For those of you who have not been with the program for a long time, Emily Jensen was a perennial 40-goal scorer for us when she was here 8 years ago. And she went on and played at UMKC for 4 years and did very well there as well. And now she's out in the workforce like the rest of us, having graduated. But she came back. She looked like she hadn't missed a beat. And I don't think she got a shot on goal.
No, I don't even think they got it really much past our half. But that once again, it's our team working together and the communication and the willingness to play.
Okay, we've got Derby tonight. Derby has been awfully tough against us, especially here at their place. We have lost at least 3 in a row in this building over the last 6 years as we alternate. What are you looking for tonight?
As long as I can continue to see my girls communicate, if we can try to do some of those runs that I am asking them. I'm not saying it's going to happen all the time, but if we can make these little tiny steps as we keep playing, if they can do those few things, I'm going to be very happy because I do think the outcome could change this year.
That's a candid prediction of a W, and that's what we're looking for. We want W's anyway, so let's wish you the best of luck on that. Get that big W against Derby, and then we have the Titan Classic next week.
Yes, that Titan Classic is coming up. Looking forward to it, and there's also a chance that we might play Derby again that next week.
In the Titan? Are they in? I didn't realize they're in our side of the bracket. Okay, yeah, and that would not be the first time either that we've played Derby twice in one season early.
Yeah, and that kind of makes me excited too. If you can play the same person that quickly, because then you can also see which team's making the changes that needs to be made as fast as you want them.
Okay, let's start it out tonight with a W. Best of luck tonight. We'll look forward to a visit before our first Titan game next week.
Yes, thank you.
Head coach Christina Commons on our pregame visit. Stay tuned. We're going to take a 90-second timeout, and then we'll be back with the starting lineup and the play-by-play of tonight's varsity contest against the Derby Panthers. You're watching NWHS Grizz, and this is Grizzly Soccer.
I'm ready.
Me too.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
marketing campaign on this property when sold right.
Shall we book it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think this is it.
Hey man, you going out for football?
Band class still needs you, man.
Kansas students have choices to do or not to do. The Kansas State High School Activities Association urges everyone to participate because when activities stop, nobody wins.
Wichita Northwest Grizzlies soccer is on the air. Welcome to everyone in Grizzly Nation to another webcast of your Wichita Northwest Grizzlies as they take on the best teams in Kansas and pursue a 6A state title. Follow your Grizzlies all season long on youtube.com/NWHSGrizz. Today's webcast is brought to you through the support of the many sponsors of this year's Eric Profit Scholarship Golf Tournament, including the following: Mel Hambledon Ford on the big corner of 119th West in Kellogg. We're better. We're proving it. You be the judge. Thank you, Lisa Hamilton. And by Aerotech Engineering, 5555 North 119th Street West in Mays, serving customers that rank among the world's largest manufacturers of civilian and military aircraft. Thank you, Tom Simon and everyone at Aerotech Engineering. By Tom Lassiter and Fleeson, Gooing, Colson, and Kitch, attorneys in the Epic Center at 301 North Main. We believe our clients' best interests and needs are our own. By Intrust Bank of Wichita, 105 North Main with branches throughout Sedgwick County. Intrust is built on value. We change to meet the times, but we will never change our principles. By Dan Garreau and the law firm of Dugan & Garreau, experts in personal injury, business law, workers' compensation, wills, and trusts. Now at their new location at 3636 North Ridge Road, Suite 100. By McCurdy Real Estate and Auction on East 13th Street, just east of K96, serving Kansas, Missouri, and Oklahoma for over 40 years. Real estate, but better. By the Joe and Judy Coughlin and the Chris and Jan Schumacher families, strong supporters of Grizzly soccer through the Eric Profit Memorial Soccer Fund. By Emerson Biggins, 808 East Douglas at the east edge of Old Town. Come visit Emerson Biggins and enjoy the great food, cold brews, and hospitality of Luis Lopez and his staff today. By Hurricane Sports Bar at the corner of 13th and Tyler. Luis Lopez has brought his hospitality west to make it convenient to Grizzly Nation. By Credit Union of America, where members are the owners. With branches all over the Wichita metro area, Credit Union of America stands ready to serve you. By Todd Eflin Narrates. Hey, that's me. Voiceovers for audiobooks, product or promotional videos, telephone systems, and business commercials. By the Robert L. Gould Foundation, a philanthropic trust assisting the educational needs of young people at Northwest for over 10 years. By the Eric Profit Memorial Soccer Fund, providing scholarship assistance to Northwest soccer seniors each year through the support of the Eric Profit Scholarship Golf Tournament. And by the many other sponsors who make this webcast possible. And now, to the field and to the voice of the Grizzlies, Kevin Arkin.
Thank you, Todd Eflin, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome again to Panther Stadium for the varsity contest featuring your Wichita Northwest Grizzlies and the Derby Panthers. Grizzlies now going for the sweep tonight as the junior varsity squad took care of the Panthers by a 3-0 score in the first game. Want to welcome you all wherever you are on planet Earth, and I do mean wherever you are on planet Earth, because we have some folks from overseas that we know are watching tonight. We want to welcome the Kelting family, Anna and Boris Kelting, the parents of our exchange student who's playing on varsity this year, Helene Kelting. They're watching tonight, along with a bunch of players, I'm told, from TSC Wellings Butel. And I hope I pronounced that right. That is Helene's club team back in Hamburg, Germany. And we welcome all of you to the broadcast and hope you enjoy the game tonight here from Derby, Kansas, about 10 miles south of Wichita and about 12 miles from Northwest High School. The players from each team are lining up to be introduced by the PA announcer, and we are unable to hear the PA, although, you know what, would you do me a favor? See if you can catch the anthem. We are in a sealed room here, so we cannot hear the PA speakers at all in here, but they do have a speaker in here, and our executive producer is going to try and feed me the national anthem if and when they decide to play it. Grizzlies are dressed in their road white jerseys with blue numerals and blue trunks. And the home team, Derby Panthers, in their solid green jerseys with, actually they're green in the front and black in the back. And they have white trim and white numerals. Turn it up. Yeah. Russ will be talking in a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Panther Stadium on this beautiful spring Kansas Day in Derby, Kansas, USA. For tonight's varsity soccer match between the Grizzlies of Wichita Northwest and your Derby High School Panthers. At this time, if you would please rise, you may help show us.
Okay, they're going to play the national anthem, and we're going to pick that up for you. Well, we apologize. We're unsuccessful in getting the anthem to you. We can't even hear it over the speaker in here. It is so light. So we'll just pay our respects to our flag while the anthem plays, and a good crowd on hand here at Panther Stadium stands for the Star-Spangled Banner. Okay, the anthem has completed. Now let's introduce the starting lineups for both teams. And we'll start with the visiting team, and that's your Wichita Northwest High School Grizzlies. In goal for the Grizzlies, a junior, number 1, Liliana Hernandez. At forward, a senior, number 4, Brooklyn Bohannon. At midfield, a sophomore, number 5, Emily Bravo. On defense, a sophomore, number 8, Ingrid Para. On defense, a senior, number 10, Susanna Ontiveros. A forward, senior, number 12, Savannah Randall. Midfielder, number 14, a senior, Marori Flores. A sophomore forward wearing number 9. I'm sorry, that's incorrect, unless she changed it again. She's either wearing 9 or 15, and that would be Reese Johnson. A junior midfielder, number 16, Raylan Grant. Senior defender, number 17, Kaylin Heath. And rounding out the starting lineup, a junior defender, number 21, Lillian Schilling. Grizzlies are coached by Christina Commons, assisted by Michelle Lawrence and Corey Roberts. The student managers are Tommy Roberts, Julia Hernandez, Violet Gunn, and Madison McFadden. Now the starting lineup for the home team in green, the Derby Panthers. A senior, number 1, Jaden Wilson. Sophomore, number 3, Lily Ariza. Sophomore, number 4, Jordan Hostetler. Sophomore, number 5, Harper Wentz. Junior, number 6, Mackenzie Cunningham. Freshman, number 9, Amelia Leggett. Sophomore, number 10, Lexi Schott. Senior, number 13, Bianca Schultz. Senior, number 15, Cassidy Boyer. Freshman, number 17, Audrey Kessler. And rounding out the starting lineup is senior, number 22, Nevaeh Bowman. The head coach for the Panthers is Paul Burke. He's assisted by Chad Schwartz and by Katie Hartman. Grizzlies will play from left to right in the first half, and it makes absolutely no difference. There is very little wind. The wind has shifted. It is now out of the southeast at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. 3 of the 4 corner flags are totally limp. One of them is moving somewhat. But there's no real advantage in any case to the wind for either team. Can you do me a favor? Would you go next door and ask them who's in goal for them? Oh, you know? It's Wilson? Okay. Jaden Wilson is in goal for Derby, wearing number 1. And in goal for Northwest, it's number 1, Liliana Hernandez. Grizzlies are going to kick off. Standing over the ball is Brooklyn Bohannon, the senior forward. And we are underway. Ball is back. Kaylin Heath will send it wide. And sending it up the far side now. Derby comes away with it at the 30, 25-20, 15-10. Still possessing it. They send it back out to the 25, and now a centering pass. It's headed away by Kaylin Heath. Flores back to help on defense. Ingrid Para knocks one out of play off of a Derby player, and it will be a throw-in for Northwest. Out towards center it goes. Bohannon tips one wide, but it's intercepted by the Panthers. Para gets it for Northwest, gives it to Heath. Heath sends it all the way over to the near side where Susanna Ontiveros, the senior defender, takes it and sends one out to the center circle for Bohannon. We have a foul called on Derby. It'll be a free kick for Northwest on the near side at about the 45-yard line. And I believe that's Kaylin Heath taking it. It is. She sends a long one for Bohannon, intercepted. Raylan Grant gets in there, though, and picks it up. Ball bouncing around in the penalty area of Derby. Out of play. It'll stay with the Northwest Grizzlies. 2 minutes gone, no score. Varsity contest between the Derby Panthers and your Northwest Grizzlies. Glad to have you on board wherever you are on the planet. And we truly do have an international audience here this evening. Out to center it comes. Kaylin Heath giving chase. Shields off the attacking player and into the corner. She's going to let it go out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for Northwest. If you just joined us, it's a beautiful evening here in Wichita. Second day of spring, 70 degrees. And looks like this is going to be a Derby free kick, and that one went over everything. It'll be a goal kick for Northwest. On that, we'll take 10 seconds and be back. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Grizzly Soccer on YouTube is being brought to you in part by Gecko Painting of Lenexa, Kansas. We thank Danny and Stacy Higgins for their longtime support of the Grizzly Soccer program.
Liliana Hernandez took the kick, and it goes out of bounds to Derby. Heath sends it forward to Flores. Grizzlies have a back line that features Ingrid Para, Kaylin Heath, Emily Bravo, and Susanna Ontiveros. Midfielders include Marari Flores, Raylan Grant, up top you've got Bohannon and Savannah Randall. That one goes out of play. That'll be a throw-in for Derby, right in front of the flag. Into center and cleared out there by Kaylin Heath. Grizzlies have it at the 25, to the 30, 35, and now a long pass intended for Bohannon is intercepted by the Panthers. Bohannon knocks it out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Derby. On the far side over there, Boyer sends it wide for the Panthers. And Kaylin Heath knocks it out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Derby at about the 20. Again, this is a multi-purpose stadium here in Derby. They play football and soccer on this field. And the track team also hosts it, meets here. So a lot of action on this field at Panther Stadium. The soccer markings are in black. You can barely see them on your screen. And once the sun sets and the lights come on, you won't be able to see them at all. Nice play there by Flores, and down she goes. And they call nothing. And she's still down. Now they stop the clock for injury. And they're going to call for a trainer to come out. No, they're not. They pushed him back. She gets up. Flores gets up, and she's not injured, thank goodness. We're going to have a drop ball. They're going to give it to Derby, which is fine. And we're back underway. Para gets it for Northwest, gives it to Kaylin Heath, back to Ingrid Para on the far side. She tries to get it up there to Bohannon. Bohannon well marked by this Derby defense. Randall sends it in. Over here on the near side, Anaveros comes up from her defensive spot to get into the action. 30, 25, 20. There's a long shot and an easy save by Jaden Wilson for the Panthers. She'll bring it out and punt it. The punt is very short. And it's so short the Grizzlies couldn't catch up with it. And it goes, stays in. Grizzlies win it back. And send it forward again. That one bounces over Bohannon. She gets it forward on the far side. Long one rejected by Derby. Kaylin Heath gets it, sends it over to Ingrid Para. That one is going to go out of play, and it will turn over to Derby. Throw in is intercepted and knocked out of play, so it'll stay with Derby. 8.5 gone. No score between Derby and Northwest. Who came in? Kaylin Mueller, number 20, subs in for Northwest at midfield. Flores with the ball. Oh, he's tried to get it over to Emily Bravo, and Bravo couldn't get to it. This one goes back. Hernandez will kick it out. Here's Para sending one forward. Flores, all by herself at the 40 to the 30, has one to beat. Sends it wide, but it's intercepted there by Derby. There's one that Kaylin Heath gets in front of. Derby still has it at the 15. There's a shot blocked very nicely by Lillian Schilling on the back line. Anaveros, Schilling, Heath, and Para make up our back line. Of course, we've got Hernandez in goal. That's a pretty good defensive back five there for Northwest. Derby with a throw in. And we have a ball out of play. It will turn over to Northwest. In the air, forward to Flores. Flores tried to get it to Bohannon. It was partially blocked. That one knocked out of play by Randall. And Derby will throw it in right in front of us. And forward it goes again. Merari Flores trying to get a foot on it, unable to do so. And that one goes out of play. That should be our ball, and it is. Northwest will throw it in. In it comes to Braylon Grant. Randall pops one forward for Bohannon. And Brooklyn unable to do much with it. And they're going to call Brooklyn for the foul. And it will be a free kick for Derby from the 40. At center, there's a long one all the way back to Hernandez. I don't know whose ball that is. Obviously, it's ours. And Kaylin Heath will take it back to the 32, and that's where she'll play it from. Long one down the far side. Grizzlies with control. Kaylin Heath fighting for it. Derby comes away with it. Here come the Panthers back. And that one's going to go all the way back to Hernandez. She'll have an easy save. 26 and a half remaining in the first half. No score. Flores. Brings it across midfield, sends one forward. Emily Bravo sends one across. That's a nice pass by Emily Bravo. There's a shot, and a long shot is easily saved by Jaden Wilson. And not playing coach or anything, I would think they'd want to get a little closer before they take those blasts. From 30 yards out, it ain't happening. Raylan Grant brings it up, 35. Sends it up to Bohannon at the 20. She tips it wide. This one's going to go all the way back to the back line, and Kaylin Heath sends it into the center circle. Grant forward to Bohannon again, and Bohannon sees the ball go wide. That will be a throw-in for Northwest. And here come the subs for Northwest. Sawyer Ross is going to come in for the Grizzlies, and for Derby, Autumn Coppins, number 18, is coming in, along with number 29, Violet McIntyre, number 7, Jocelyn Lumbreras, and number 14, Gianna Giacobucci. Something of a line change made for Derby here on that play. And for those of you watching internationally, the high school rules here allow a substitution. Anytime the ball goes out over the side and it's your possession, or if it goes out over the side and both teams have a player to sub, both teams can sub, and the same with goal kicks and corner kicks. So we have, and it's free sub here in the U.S. which is the way it ought to be everywhere. There's a tripping foul called against Schilling. a free kick for the Panthers. And there's a long one, and Hernandez is right there to make the catch. So she records another save. Gives it out on the near side to Susana Ontiveros. She sends it up to Randall. Kaylin Heath comes through and takes it from everybody. And she sends it back now to Hernandez. Hernandez will send it wide. Ingrid Perez over there by herself. She sends one down the middle to Raylan Grant. Flores attacked as she got the ball. Derby sends it back into the northwest end. And they're going to call a foul here and award a free kick to the Panthers at the 45. Actually, it'll be at the 40. Long one down the middle. Flores brings it up for Northwest. 45, 50, 45. Sawyer Ross back to Flores. Flores double teamed. She gets a long one. Oh, that was a great pass, and Randall couldn't get to it. Stayed in. I thought that might have gone out, but it stayed in. Derby comes away with it. Grizzlies with it again. They send it up to Randall. Randall centers one for Bohannon, but she wasn't there. And the Grizzlies are going to sub in some bodies here as Addison Porter, number 7, comes in, the sophomore midfielder. Number 5 coming in is Emily Bravo. I thought she was already out there. Okay. And then 23 coming in, the senior defender from Germany, Helene Kelting, is in the game for Northwest, and she's playing in the spot occupied by Susana Ontiveros, which is closest to us on the back line. And she did tell me in confidence before the game that she's a bit nervous today. My only advice to her was to have fun. Be a throw in here for Northwest. Derby intercepts it, and they have it. Bringing it down to the 30 is Jordan Hostetler. Now she gives it away, and coming away with it is Cunningham. There's a long ball through, an easy pickoff by Hernandez. She'll have a goalkeeper distribution, and they're telling her to wait. Now she punts it. She was going to throw it, and then decided to punt it, gets it out to midfield. Free kick coming after a foul by Derby. This will be Heath with it for Northwest. And at the moment, Northwest going with and we have a foul call. This is an interesting call. The call's being made by the assistant referee on our side, and the ball's on the other side of the field. So they're giving it to Derby on a free kick. Grizzlies with the ball at the 20. Now it's rejected by Derby. And the Panthers will send it back to their own 15. Grizzlies converge, trying to apply the pressure, and the ball goes out of play. It will be a throw in for Northwest, and the pressure does indeed work. Coming in for the Grizzlies on the out-of-bounds play is Reese Johnson, number 15. And coming in for the Panthers, Yanezli Chavez and Audrey Kessler, both in the game, numbers 12 and 17 respectively. This one goes out of play, and it will be a corner kick for the Panthers. No wind on this corner kick, and coming in for the Panthers, Amelia Leggett returns to the game, number 9. We have a corner kick being taken over here on the near side. It's going to be taken by Lumbreras. And Hernandez, for what it's worth, is looking into the setting sun. Cross the way it goes, headed loose, free, and a handball's called. It's going to be a free kick for Northwest. So the Grizzlies dodge a bullet here. Hernandez will take this one herself, and she makes it short, sends it out to Para on the far side, who's over there in her own zip code. And a foul called. It'll be a free kick for, well, they call the throw in instead, but it's Derby's ball in either case. Now a free kick comes for the Panthers. See, they should have listened to me. I was right the first time. In the air it goes. And Hernandez, great save. She was about 10 feet tall on that one. She punts it out to center. And we have a throw in coming for the Panthers. And now we have another one coming in for the Panthers. Two balls on the field here at the moment. And the officials call time. Tell the ladies to please decide which ball you want to play with. And now we're back at it. On the near side. Passing forward. Grizzlies can't get anything going. Reese Johnson tried to get it forward for Northwest. And this is trouble if we don't get to the ball. There's a shot and a save by Hernandez. And again, she's looking right into the setting sun on that play. Sun will go down in about an hour. The lights are already on here at Panther Stadium. Flores with it for Northwest. 3 on 6 are the Grizzlies at the moment. Kaylin Mueller giving chase. Can't get anything going. And that'll be a foul on Northwest and a free kick coming for the Panthers out center. That one is deflected out of bounds by Kaylin Heath. That'll be a corner kick for Derby on the far side of the field. Can you see who's going to take it? They're kind of far away from me. Is that a 4? Number 6 is taking it. 6, Mackenzie Cunningham will take the corner kick for Derby. Here, we need to get the corner. You need to get the goal and the corner in together. There you go. There you go. Derby with it, centering one, and it's intercepted by Heath. She can't clear it, though. All she did was block. There's one that slips through, and Hernandez will have an easy save. Inside 13 minutes to go in the first half, no score. This the season opener for both of these schools. And it's gotten to be a tradition, especially on the girls' side, that Derby and Northwest play each other opening day. This is the 3rd year in a row we've played Derby first, and 2 of the last 3 have been here. Grizzlies are subbing in Susanna Anaveros again, and Helene Kelting will go out, and also coming back in is Raylan Grant. And for Derby, Jordan Hostetler comes back in, number 4. Number 13, Bianca Schultz is back. Number 3, Lily Ariza, and 15, Cassidy Boyer all join the fray for the Panthers. Panthers are going to get a free kick inside the 20. And the Grizzlies are going to have to move that wall back. Can't cheat. Can't cheat on a football field unless the referee can't count. And his shoes are still on, so I think we're okay. Free kick in the air goes wide. That'll be a goal kick. Let's take 10. We'll be back. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Northwest Soccer alum Dan Garreau and his family are proud sponsors of Grizzly Soccer on YouTube.
Awaiting the goal kick from Hernandez. Ball in play with 11 to go. Anaveros sends it forward to Marari Flores. Flores does a nice job of weaving around traffic and getting around Audrey Kessler. Reese Johnson couldn't get a shot away, and now Derby comes away with it deep in their own end. This one's going to go all the way back, and it'll be Kaylin Heath sending it back to Hernandez. Hernandez sends one forward to Reese Johnson. Johnson couldn't get it to a Grizzly player, and here comes Derby back with it. On the near side is Lumbreras. She centers one, and there to pick it off is Liliana Hernandez, and the junior will send it forward. That one goes out of play, and it'll be a throw in for Northwest. Over here on the near side, that's Johnson heading it over. And now we have a foul called and a free kick coming for Northwest. They'll take it from the 33. It'll be Kaylin Heath in charge of this item. Kaylin Heath sends one. Raylan Grant can't get a foot on it. Back it goes to Heath on the far side. Heath again sends one forward. Gets it to Mueller. Mueller has it picked off her foot. Here comes Derby back 3-on-5. And the 217s battle it out, and Heath wins that argument. Hernandez pops one up short. Derby gets a clean break. There's a shot blocked by Heath. Para will go back and keep it in play. And she gets it up to Raylan Grant at the 20. 25, 30, 35, 40. 50 into Panther territory. Grizzlies trying to apply some pressure. That worked very well in the JV contest. Merari Flores. Here comes a shot, maybe. There is a shot and a save, and a good save that time by Jaden Wilson for Derby. Out it comes to center. Grant over to Mueller. And back out to center. Here's Derby with it now. Down the near side it comes. And out of bounds it goes. Schilling knocked it out. It'll be a throw in for Derby. Another throw in coming for the Panthers. Huh? Brooklyn Bohannon returns to the fray for Northwest, and number 5, Harper Wentz, number 6, Mackenzie Cunningham, sub in for the Panthers. 6:25 to go, first half, no score. Grizzly Varsity has not won in this building in a long time. I think we've lost 3 in a row here. That would be a span of 5 years. As we rotate places to play. And, this would be a good game for the Grizzlies to take charge of, because they could very well be playing this same team again next week. Because both teams are in the Titan Classic and they're both in the same bracket. And I believe they're both on the same side of the bracket. I'm not sure I'm right on that. Am I? No, I am right. Yeah, we're on the same side of the bracket. So, that's what I get for doubting myself. Throw in for Northwest. They're having trouble getting it out of their own end now, and Kaylin Heath gets it out to the center circle. She has her pass intercepted. Addison Porter couldn't get anything started, and here's Derby back with it. There's a shot. Hernandez with an easy save, and Hernandez now is in the shadows of the stadium, so the sun will no longer be in her eyes. It is still in the eyes of Jaden Wilson at the other end for a few more minutes. Reese Johnson sending one forward. Bohannon gives it off to Porter. Porter is knocked down and no call. Oh, and a chip shot deflected for a score for the Panthers. Amelia Leggett, number 9, gets the goal, and that was truly unfortunate as it was deflected in off of a Grizzly player. So the Grizzlies trail 1-0 here with 4:05 to go in the first half. And we're back underway. Well, an unfortunate goal. Unlike the 3 goals in the JV game, which were all beauties, that one was pretty much garbage. Hopefully that will not stand up. That one gets knocked to the far side, intercepted by the Panthers, and here come the Panthers back with it. That one knocked out of play. That should belong to Northwest, and it does. Corner kick coming for Derby on the near side as we approach 2 minutes remaining. In the air it goes through everybody. There's a shot that's going to go over everything, and it will be a goal kick for Northwest. Well, Northwest has played some pretty decent defense, and it's just an unfortunate break that gave Derby their only goal and the only goal of the game so far. Here comes the kick with 90 seconds remaining in the first half. Derby on the move again. Ingrid Parra, and there's a shot. Boy, a good save by Hernandez. That one's deflected out. It'll belong to Northwest. Less than a minute to go in the half. At the 30, Derby intercepts it. 8 seconds to go. We're going to go into halftime, folks. Trailing 1-0. And there's the horn. It is halftime. Your score at half, Derby 1 and Northwest 0. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz, and this is Grizzly Soccer.
Intrust Bank is a major sponsor of the Northwest Soccer program through the Eric Profit Scholarship Tournament. At Intrust Bank, we place our values at the center of everything we do. It's a philosophy we have followed for more than 140 years. This principled approach to business is encapsulated into 3 words: tradition for today. This principle makes us different from the rest. Check out Intrust Bank today at intrustbank.com.
Campaign on this property and it's sold right.
Shall we book it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I love it.
Hi friends, Bill Nightingale, General Manager of Mel Hamilton Ford. Are you looking for a used car, truck, or SUV? With the largest selection in the state, you're sure to find the vehicle you're searching for at Mel Hamilton Ford. At the Big Corner, customers are number one, so every used vehicle is checked out in our shop by a certified technician before it goes out on the lot for sale. Shop Mel Hamilton Ford first, a dealer you can trust. Visit us out on West Kellogg today or shop us online at mhford.com. Mel Hamilton Ford, experience the difference.
Grizzly Soccer Online is supported by Todd Eflin Narrates. I'm the voice you hear on our sponsor announcements. My wife is an alum of Northwest, and this is my 6th season as your announcer. I was a longtime radio personality in Wichita and now do full-time voice acting. You can use my voice for your business, like product or training videos, telephone systems, radio or TV spots, and audiobooks. Learn more online at toddeflin.com. That's TODDEFLIN.com.
What does it mean when people say America is a land of opportunity?
It means the power to discover,
to redefine yourself,
to improve yourself,
to challenge yourself,
to realize there's more in you
than you ever knew
that you could do.
It means giving people an open field to explore what they do best.
With the best tools,
the best training,
the best technology in the world.
We bring out the best in the people who serve.
So you can be all you can be.
Welcome back to Panther Stadium. We are at halftime, and at halftime, it's 1-0 Derby on a goal. Did we mark down who scored that? That was number 9. Amelia Leggett scored for Derby, and that was a ball that was actually a pass that was deflected by a Grizzly player, and Liliana Hernandez had absolutely no chance. She'd come out to take out the angle, and the ball floated in over her head on the deflection, and that was pretty much it. Looking at the weather outside, it's starting to change a little bit. We're getting some clouds moving in. They're actually threatening to give us rain tonight. We haven't had any rain in so long. We're really dying for rain. None during the game, however. It is not supposed to rain during the game at all. So we'll get the game in certainly with no problem there. Clouds are now moving in.
Threat's
Minimal threat of rain, according to our executive producer, Ashley Isbell, who is keeping an eye on the weather. You know, if you came to the alumni game, the alumni scrimmage, I should say, a couple weeks ago, we only played half of that scrimmage because a thunderstorm moved in, and we called the game at half because there was a lightning strike within 9 miles of the stadium. So we had to call it, and they just decided to cancel the rest of it because we would have had to wait 40 minutes. And as it turns out, the skies opened up and it poured. We'd have been there for several hours. So they made the right decision to send everybody home. And we were lucky because Coach Commons and I were the last two to leave the stadium. And as I pulled out the driveway onto Tyler Road, it started raining on me. So we got out just in time. And fortunately, I was smart enough to pack all my gear inside the vehicle instead of in the bed of the truck. So that could have been a lot worse. So anyway, so we have the Titan Classic. If you missed my discussion on this at halftime of the JV game, I'll do it again here real quick because we have the time to do it. Grizzlies play Monday at 4 o'clock against Dodge City at South High on the East Grass Field. If you're able to come and watch, of course, we want you to do just that. We want you to come and watch and cheer the Grizzlies on. But if you do come, you need to be sure to, it's very limited. And even though Dodge City probably will not bring a lot of fans to that game, there's still not a lot of seats there. On the other side of our side of the bracket, Bishop Carroll will play Derby, this Derby team, right after we play Dodge City. And then on the other side of the bracket, Mays plays East and Wichita Southeast. Do you know what that is? I didn't know the JV game either. I don't know what CPVL stands for. And I'm probably going to do one of these head slaps on my forehead if somebody tells me. I wonder if they know next door. Yeah, why don't you find out? Anyway, that's what's on the other side of the bracket. We play at 4 o'clock on Monday. The winners of our two games on Monday will play each other Wednesday at 6. And the winners play at Panther Stadium, which is next door, and it's a turf field like this one. And the losers will play on that east field at 4 o'clock on Wednesday. So we're either going to play 4 o'clock or 6 o'clock on Wednesday for sure. And then everybody plays on Saturday. The first game, the 7th place game, is at 8 a.m., and the championship game is at 2 p.m. So depending on how we fall in there, we may or may not play early or late on Saturday. Our plan is to bring you all 3 games live right here on NWHS Grizz. So stay with us and keep checking the YouTube page and YouTube/NWHS Grizz for the start time and the opponent of our game on Wednesday. Titan's always great. One of the things I like about the Titan Classic is that you get to play teams you don't normally play in league, and the same is possible again, unless it's possible we could play Bishop Carroll, who was in our league. It's also possible we could play in the second game, we could play Derby. If both Northwest and Derby win, we play Derby, and if both Northwest and Derby lose on Monday, we play Derby. So it's a good chance we're going to see these Panthers again one day next week because they're in the same part of the bracket that we are. Did we find out who that is? They don't know either. Okay. The mystery team, if anybody knows what CPV is in Victor L stands for, would you go into our little chat room on Google here and go to the chat page and tell us what that means, because we do not know. And as I say that, Ashley is eagerly doing... Pardon me. Well, that snuck up out of nowhere. She's eagerly doing research on her cell phone. I wish we had a kill switch on this device right here. That would be perfect. But so far to no avail. We're getting ready for the second half. And the teams are taking the field. Northwest will play now from right to left in the second half of play. And again, it's Liliana Hernandez in goal for Northwest. No change in goalkeepers. You may catch a little reflection off of the window here in the second half as it's getting dark outside. The camera may pick up a little deflection off the glass. There's nothing we can do about it because we can't turn the lights off or we can't see what we're doing. Derby will kick it off, and we're underway. And the ball is quickly taken away. Raylan Grant has it out there for Northwest. They send it down the field, and Derby intercepts it at the 30. Pressure being put on by the Grizzlies. Kaylin Heath comes up from her defensive spot. 30, 25. Kaylin Heath at the 10. And she couldn't get the shot off. Ball bouncing all over on this artificial turf. And, we were originally scheduled to play this game over in the soccer stadium, and I don't know why we're not playing over there. I went by there because I actually thought that's where the game was. And the grass looked fine over there to me. Hadn't been striped, so I kind of got the impression we weren't playing there. But I'm wondering if they deliberately decided to play on turf to give themselves an advantage because Northwest plays its home games on grass. And we have a referee doing a drop ball for Jaden Wilson. Now she will punt it out short. Lands at the 38. Kaylin Heath gets beaten on the ball this time, and ball is going to be knocked out of play, and it will belong to Northwest, I believe. Yes, it is Grizzlies ball. Grizzlies trail 1-0 here in the second half. Hernandez sends one forward out to center. Raylan Grant has it. Oh boy, Raylan goes down hard, and they called this foul. They haven't called a lot of fouls tonight. They've let him play, but he calls this one. It'll be a free kick for Northwest. Kaylin Heath lines up over the ball at the 45. Sends one over here on the near side. That's Flores with it. Marari shot and a save by Jaden Wilson. That's a good move by Wilson to get over there. That ball had goal written on it. And ball up in the air again. And a foul called on Brooklyn Bohannon. Derby will have a free kick here. Ingrid Parra fighting 1-on-3. That didn't get very far. But if this ball goes out, which it does, that should belong to Northwest, and it does. Ingrid will throw it in for the Grizzlies. Throws it in at the 30. Raylan Grant sends one through. Too far, and it's intercepted by Derby. Now the Grizzlies get it back. Reese Johnson. And the ball goes wide. Derby with it. Now Northwest takes it back. Come on, Grizzlies. Brooklyn Bohannon shot. Score! Brooklyn Bohannon ties the game. You get the assist on that one? I did not either. They're too far away in this twilight for me to see it, but I know who got the goal. There was an assist, and I can't tell you who it was. And they're not announcing the goals over the PA, so we can't get any help from next door. But we're tied at 1. It's a brand new ball game with 35:04 to go. Derby will kick it off, and we're back underway. See how Grizzlies play back in a tie game. Beautiful goal by Bohannon. Ingrid Parra at the 35, 40, 45, 50. And she sends a long one down, then Jaden Wilson's going to get that one. We have found out who that other school is. Austin Clifton told us. Thank you, Austin, very much. It's a school in Topeka called Topeka Cair, C-A-I-R, Paravel. I've heard of that school. That's a private school. They were there last year. I had a talk with them. They're a private school in Topeka, very small, like 230 kids, I think. If I'm not, although it says here they're 4-1A. Yeah, they're a very solid 4-1A, and that's right, they're 4-1A. But yeah, they were good last year. They did very well in the tournament, and they're playing Wichita Southeast in their opening game. So that's who CPVL is, and we thank Austin Clifton for filling us in with that information. We have a yellow card being issued here to, is that Kaylin Heath going out? Yep. Kaylin Heath got a yellow card, so she gets the first yellow card of the season. And she will be replaced, I believe, by Raylan Grant. I think that's who that's coming in. No? Who just came? Is that Brooklyn that came in?
Yeah, that's Brooklyn.
Number 4? Okay, Brooklyn Bohannon came in. I'm having a hard time reading the numbers in this twilight. You want to do me a favor? Turn the light off. Let's see, but maybe... more. Turn it down more. Yeah, that's better. I think that's perfect right there. That, just a little bit, enough to read the script. Perfect. Yeah, that's great. You can't do it. Okay, leave it the way it is, at least for now. Okay, we got a free kick coming after all of that nonsense from the 15. Hernandez keeping loose back there. And we're ready to go. Ball's in the air and score. A set piece goal for Derby. I can't even tell you who shot it because I don't know. Couldn't see who it was. So Derby takes the lead again, 2-1. I'm telling you, they're hard to beat in this building. We have just been snake bit against this team in this building. So the yellow card is expensive, as it set up the set piece goal for the Panthers. Panthers lead 2-1. Boy, Morari Flores just got kicked in the ankle. He did nothing. Flores again with it. She sends one in deep, but there's nobody there to get it for Northwest. That one goes into the bench area of Derby. It'll be a throw in for Northwest. Derby has it now at the 20. Ball intercepted very nicely there. Morari Flores at the 20 with it. That ball tapped out of play, and it will belong to Northwest. I don't know why we did that. Derby clears it out, but intercepted right back by the Grizzlies. Coming up to play it, Ingrid Parra takes a long shot. It goes wide left, and it will be a goal kick. Back in 10, this is Grizzly Soccer.
Grizzly Soccer on YouTube is being brought to you in part by Jenny Wiley and the Gould Foundation, a philanthropic trust created as a memorial to the late Robert L. Gould. We thank all the Gould Foundation for their support of Grizzly Soccer.
Awaiting the goal kick from the Panthers. On the near side, Northwest with it. Trying to get something set up offensively. That one is intercepted by Derby. And now the Panthers come down 1-on-3. Grizzlies with it again. You know, time of possession-wise, the Grizzlies have done very well in this game. They've passed pretty well. They just haven't been able to get the goals in. That pass intercepted. They made me look like a fool there. Morari Flores can't control the pass, and Derby takes it and sends it forward. And just like that, it's Kaylin Heath bringing it forward for Northwest. She sends a pass in. Oh, it's a beautiful ball. There was nobody there to receive it. Lillian Schilling with it for Northwest now. She centers one for Raylan Grant in the circle. Grant puts it wide and too long for anybody on the far side to get to, and it will turn over to Derby. Grizzlies trail 2-1. They've never led. It was 1-0 at half. Grizzlies tied it briefly, and then a set-piece goal, pretty nice goal actually, but a set-piece goal by the Panthers, and Northwest back down one again. That one headed out, and Northwest is going to sub in some bodies here. See if we can see who all that is. I cannot tell who they are. Oh, that one of them is Sawyer Ross.
One is Helena.
Huh?
One is Helena.
Kelting is back in for Northwest. I'm not sure she got any touches last time she was in. I don't think she did. There's a save by Wilson. She'll have a goalkeeper distribution. There's a long one. Hernandez comes up and punches it out. That's going to go out of play. Well, that made me a liar. Nice job there by Addison Porter to come in and save it for Northwest. Oh, unfortunate. Raylan Grant knocked it out of play. It'll be a throw-in for the Panthers. And the Panthers are going to sub in a player. So the person who is going to throw it has to leave the field. This timeout brought to you by. She has to go clear across. And she's out. The ball comes in. We're back underway. Ingrid Parra gets into a tangled mess. It goes out of play and give it to Northwest. Good job, Ingrid. Flores to Grant. Oh, and Grant lost it out of play. Turn it back over to Derby. Tell me if I'm wrong, Miss Isbell, but does it look like rain over there?
Potentially.
Yeah. There's some dark clouds on the horizon moving their way here.
I mean, but that's also with the sun setting.
I know. The clouds are moving from east to west, which is very unusual for these parts. And that one goes out of play. It'll belong to Derby. Good job trying to save it, though. Grizzlies just unable to do so. On the near side, Parra fighting for it. Oh, she couldn't clear it. And Grant comes in. She's trying to get rid of it. Ingrid Parra went down hard, and she's kind of hobbling on one foot over there now. Throw in for Derby. Well, we just got a radar update here from our own Weather Bureau. This isn't moving. How do you make it move? Press the start button. Ooh, there is rain moving toward Wichita. Coming up from Oklahoma. So, we may get wet anyway. Takes me back to the Washburn Rural game that the storm came in just as the game ended. Actually, the players all got to their vehicles. Everybody got to their vehicles, and all of our players got to the bus, except one. Me. Because I had to pack all the equipment up in the press box, and by the time I got done, it was coming down in buckets. And by the time I dodged the raindrops and got to the bus, I mean, I was absolutely soaked, and I was still soaked when we got home 2 hours later. So, if it happens tonight, so be it. We'll take one for the team. I am prepared, however, because I have trash bags to cover all the equipment with. Throw in for Northwest. Para throws it in. Down deep for Flores, and they're calling it all back because Northwest is subbing a player in. Let's see who's coming in over there. I think that is Brooklyn Bohannon coming in for Savannah Randall. Parra throws it in now. She gets it back. Gives it to Grant. Grant, oh, she was trying to thread the needle. That would have been a great pass. Just didn't make it. That one goes out of play as well. Another throw in for Ingrid Parra and company. Flores with it at the 30, the 25, 20. Still with it. 15. Dishes it off. Now a loose ball on the far side. Bohannon with it over there. Bohannon scored the first goal. Give and go to Bohannon is intercepted. That's too bad. It goes out of play. Northwest ball, and they've got something cooking here as we approach 20 minutes remaining in the second half. Grizzlies sub in another player. Who's that just came in? That would be Emily Bravo. Just came back in at midfield. This one goes out of play. Another throw in for Northwest, but now they're on their own side of center. Throw in down the far side is intercepted by Derby and cleared out to center again. Headed back in by Northwest. Bohannon over there with it. Trying to get around a player, unable to do so. A foul called, or the ball went out of play. Either way, it's Northwest ball. Throw in comes in. That one's going to go out. We're going to do it all over again. Out to center, Northwest with it. Ingrid Parra at the 30, can't control it. Oh, nice tackle. Ingrid tackles it, gets it to the 20, to the 15, to the 10. Goal line, shot. Blocked by the defense. Still loose in front, now cleared out by Derby. Grizzlies had a chance there. And they're certainly not giving up. Kaylin Heath will throw it in. Heath throws it down the line in the direction of Grant. Grant. Oh, she tried to center it down in a heap. There's a foul. Is that inside or outside? just outside the penalty area, and now a card is being issued. I don't know who that is that's going out. Let's see if we can find that out. 15. Now that we got that, we need to look in the dark. Cassidy Boyer is the one guilty of the trip and is being sent off with a yellow card. She will be replaced. Now the referee will make the courtesy call to both benches and explain to them what the card was about, as if they don't already know. Going to have a restart just outside the penalty area, about 2 yards from the goal line. In the air, get a header in there, and no. Jaden Wilson intercepted it. Has a goalkeeper distribution, and another golden opportunity doesn't come to fruition for Northwest. Like I said, they've had some chances in this half. Derby with the ball in the center circle. Kaylin Heath. Ball comes out. Derby's going to get it. And Mirari Flores intercepts it. Brings it down herself to the 30. 25. 20. Gives it to Bohannon at the 10. Bohannon centering one, and Jaden Wilson's going to beat everybody to it. And she'll have a goalkeeper distribution. Good try, though, for the Grizzlies, and pretty well done offensive execution. Pardon me. That one gets knocked out of play. That should belong to Northwest, and it does. Northwest getting set to sub in a player. Savannah Randall getting set to come back in for Northwest. Para passes it. Here's a ball into the corner, and that's going to go over the goal line. That'll be a goal kick, and they'll make the substitution. And while they do that, we'll take 10. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Grizzly Soccer alum LeBaron Holloman and his family are proud sponsors of Grizzly Soccer. We thank them for their continued support.
Set for the goal kick with the Grizzlies trailing 2-1. Out it comes. Intercepted by the Grizzlies. They've got it at the 20. Now it comes back out to the 35, back to the 25. Good passing by Northwest. That was Kaylin Mueller, who was the architect of most of that. Throw in from Northwest. Ball rejected by the Panthers, and the Panthers now content to pack it in and play defense for the last 15 minutes. Unless the Grizzlies can somehow get one home. Grizzlies send one deep. Hustling to get it is Porter, and she goes down, and they did not call a foul. Kaylin Heath intercepts it, passes it forward. It's taken right back by Derby. Now Northwest with it. Sawyer Ross. Kaylin Mueller sends one wide. There's Flores with it again. Marari. It goes out of bounds. That should be our ball, and it is. And the Grizzlies are going to sub in a player. How dare they put a player up there when I wasn't looking? I can't tell who that is. I really can't tell who that is. Oh, it's Reese Johnson. Reese Johnson comes back in to play midfield. Grizzlies send it out. Now they send it back in deep. Intercepted by Derby. And Derby clears it out to center. Northwest needs to get the ball to some white shirts here on these passes. This one's all the way back to Hernandez. Liliana sends it wide. And that one is kept in. But Derby has it. That one goes wide, and is that a corner kick? I believe it is. Yeah, it is. So we have a corner kick coming for Derby. Another dangerous set piece opportunity for the Panthers. Ball's in the air, loose in front. That one is deflected. Grizzlies still can't control it. Oh, they gave it to Northwest. I think that's a gift. But I'll take it. And Grizzlies subbed in 2 players. You didn't see who came in, did you?
Nope.
I didn't even see anybody lined up.
I bet Susanna came in though.
Out of play to Derby. In the air it goes. In front. Grizzlies trying to clear it out. And let's clear it out, but it's not in the right direction, and it will be a Derby throw-in. Now it's cleared out to center, and a good job by the Panthers to clear it and get it back in. Harper Wentz did a wonderful job with her noggin on that one. Grizzlies take that away. Good job by Ingrid Parr on ball handling. Gets it up to Raylan Grant. Grant, oh, she was trying to get it to Flores and then went wide. 10 minutes remaining in the second half. 2-1, Grizzlies trail. Derby with it. And Grizzlies come away with it. Now let's get something going, ladies. Flores at the 35, the 40. 45-50, 45-50 Sends a long pass in, 1-on-3. That isn't going to get it done. Over here on the near side at the 20. That one goes out of play, but it will belong to Northwest. Northwest with a chance. Time not a real factor yet with 9 to go, but it'd be nice to see the Grizzlies get this tied up. All right, inbounds it. Kalen Mueller drove it home and had it knocked out of play. We'll have a throw in for Northwest. Another one knocked out of play. We'll have another one from throw in from Northwest, just a little deeper. An opportunity here for the Grizzlies to make some noise. Intercepted by Derby and sent out of play. We'll have another throw in. I think somebody wasn't ready for the ball to come to him there. Kalen Heath sends one through. Mueller lets it go. There's a shot and an easy save by Wilson. And Wilson will have a goalkeeper distribution. Punts it very short. Grizzlies come away with it. Raylan Grant couldn't find a white shirt with it. Here comes Derby back. This one's going to go all the way back to Hernandez. She'll get it and give it to Kalen Heath. Heath to Parra at the 40, 45, 50. Parra sends a long one in. That's too long. It goes all the way to Wilson. She'll have an easy goalkeeper distribution. Out of play. That should be a Northwest throw-in. And it is. Parra will throw this one in. Throw-in is picked off by Derby, and I think that went over the goal line. It did. It'll be a corner kick for Northwest. Here is an opportunity for the Grizzlies. They haven't had many corner kicks in this game. In fact, I can't recall any. I don't think this may be their first one. And who's down there taking it? Ball's in the air. It's low, loose in front. Oh, it's going to go through everybody. Oh, that kind of ruined that. Pop back to center. Derby desperately trying to clear it out. That shot blocked by the defense. Now there's a shot to clear it out, and it doesn't go. Grizzlies still have it. And finally it's sent out to the 35-yard line. Northwest brings it back in. And taken out again. Here comes Derby, 3-on-4. Now 4-on-4. And we have a whistle and a stoppage over there on the far side. And we're going to get a card issued. Or there's a player down, one or the other. See who that is over there. Way on the far side. Yeah, I think that's Susanna Honoveros. She went down hard. Coach Commons comes over along with the trainer for Derby. It is Susanna Honoveros. Let's go ahead and take a quick timeout. We'll be back.
Check out the wide variety of tea flavors at HTO. 1280 North Tyler Road. Drink tea. Be happy.
Susanna left the game under her own power. We're glad to see that. Restart here. Be a free kick for Northwest. Derby with a chance here, and another good defensive play. Grizzlies have played good defense tonight. That's Lillian Schilling back there on that play. The defensive back field has been good. And there's a bad throw in. It's going to be Northwest ball. Yep, foot was up, and I agree with him. Ball comes in to Reese Johnson, now out to the 30 in the midfield. Mueller sends it forward. Ball's intercepted. Another shot forward. It's going to go all the way back to Wilson. That's not going to get it done, and time is now becoming a factor as we're inside 4 minutes to go. Grizzlies need one to tie. Porter sends it forward. There's a foul, and they're calling the foul on Northwest. I might have called obstruction on that one myself, but that's not the way it went. Ball sent out towards center. And an offside call on Northwest. That was horrible timing for that. But the offside will give Derby a free kick. Grizzlies need to get it back in a hurry and do something. Well, there's a pretty good chance we're going to see this same team on Wednesday, depending on how the Monday games go. There's a shot and another save by Wilson, and she falls on her own rebound. We're just taking shots from too far away. All night long, all of our shots have been from the 30-yard line. That's just way too far away. Punt coming. And a pretty good punt from Wilson that time. Got it out to the 45. We're inside 100 seconds remaining. If the Grizzlies are going to do it, they need to do it now. Derby brings it down the floor. That one gets chipped out of bounds by Lillian Schilling. I'm sorry, not by Schilling, but by Nistus. Huh? Was that 21? Yes. I thought it was 24. That one tapped out of play by Derby. It'll belong to Northwest. 35 seconds to go. Flores quickly throws it in. Grizzlies need to get it down the floor now. Kaylin Mueller can't do so. And Derby sends it back down, and that's going to do it. Counting it down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's the buzzer, and we are final. Final score tonight. The varsity opener, Grizzlies fall 2-1 to Derby. Wrapping this up, let's just remind you we're on the air at 3:35 Central Time on Monday afternoon. We will be at South High School for the first game of the Titan Classic, and we will take on the Dodge City Red Demons in that first round Titan Classic contest. Hope you'll join us at 3:35. The kickoff is at 4. Hope you, if you can't get down there, that you'll watch us right here on NWHS Grizz. Special thanks to our executive producer, Ashley Isbell, for all of her work tonight, and for George as well for his camera work early on. We sure appreciate that as well. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're in Germany, it's got to be past your bedtime by now. So get some sleep, kids, and we'll see you all on Monday afternoon. Until then, have a pleasant evening.